What up, Wastelanders? Christopher here, Gaslands NorCal. Thanks for joining me for another conversion video. Now, if you've been following me for a while, if you scroll back through my Instagram, you'll know that I've done probably close to 1,000, if not over 1,000 different builds. Yes, I've done a lot over the years. And for the most part, I do sell most of them on my Etsy page. But every once in a while, I get a commission request, and I'll do those. And that's what we're going to do today. A guy reached out through my Etsy page, posting a picture of one of the builds that I had done a while back and said he wanted one just like it. But not just one, he wanted two. And it was of the '69 Dodge Coronet Super Bee. So that's what we're going to do this time. He even sent me both of the cars. He wants one for him and one for his wife, done in the same kind of style that I did before, jacked up, big tires, kind of grungy, everything else. So that's what we're going to do this time. But you know what we got to do first? We got to get these babies apart, get rid of the stripper. Alrighty, so as you can see, we're all primed up and ready to go. Looking pretty much exactly the same because, yes, they are the same casting. I've got the lift kits all picked out, the wheels and everything all picked out. We're going to do different wheels on each one, some tractor ones on this one and some knobby ones on this one. A whole bunch of different rams that I'm going to try out and see which one just fits best on it. I got the window coverings on the curing station right now. Got some weapons picked out, so now we're going to get these things based up. I'm going to do one in faded green from Monument Hobbies Pro Acryl, and going to do the other in pale yellow. And then we're going to make it kind of like the image of the other one, different colored doors, hood, whatever, just so it looks kind of more piecemeal together, bits and pieces from different cars and stuff that got salvaged. So let's get these things based up in the colors. We're going to get everything else based up in black and start doing some dry brushing and stuff. But yeah, coming along just fine. Alright, so we're all painted up. The light green going on, looking pretty good, and then the pale yellow. Pale yellow just seemed to flow a little bit better than the green. Green looked like it came on a little bit thick. No worries though. We're going to get them all grunged up now using the ag rack, just like I always do, and wiping them off. Got the wheels all ready to go, got the armor for the windows, got the weapons picked out, got the rams picked out as well. Going with these ones, they just fit really, really well on there. And of course the undercarriage and some decals to stick on the hood. So let's get these all grunged up, and then I'm going to sand off the bottom where the axles are supposed to go, so the lift kits will fit flat. So right now they obviously will not. So get them flat on there, and then yeah, we'll see where we're at. But going pretty smooth so far, so let's get some grunge going on. Okay, so we got the undercarriage all put on there, the lift kits and the wheels and everything glued on. Next, I'm going to go through and paint all this black. I'm going to paint the front black, just kind of like lightly, and then I'm going to dry brush it silver, make that come out. I'm going to do the black underneath here, and what that's going to do is also kind of give kind of a shadowing effect with the overspray in here. At least that's what I'm hoping it's going to do. I'm going to do that on both of these. Got the armor, or at least the window coverings and the weapons all ready to go, and then get those on there, and then get the rams and everything on there after I do some of the fine detail work with the headlights and taillights and stuff after we dry brush in silver. So yeah, let's get the black going on, and then we'll see where we're at and what else needs to be done. But yeah, looking good. Alright, so we got all the fine detail work and everything going on. Got the doors and everything done. Next we're going to do a little bit of chipping on these before we get the decals on there. Or actually, strike that, we're going to get the decals on first, and then we're going to do the chipping, because these, I'm saying, are painted on, and there could be some chipping going on from the painted on stuff first. Then we'll get everything together, and then we'll start doing a little more of the rusting and corrosion and everything else. But yeah, These things are looking very cool, looking very badass, looking very twinsies. So let's get some decals on there and then we'll chip it up. Alright, so everything is together. Got the armor and the weapons and the RAM and everything on there. The decals, it's all chipped up and everything, looking good. Next, we're going to go through and do some of the rusting. Got a couple different methods we're going to be doing with the rusting. We're going to be starting off doing the sponge method with the dark rust from MIG. And then we'll just be using some streaking with the orange rust from Vallejo that I normally do. And then we'll be doing some dusting afterwards, and these things will be good to go. Got one more step after the dusting, though. I'll show you that once we get there. But yeah, looking good so far. Alright, so we are all rusted up and everything, looking great. Got a couple more steps to do, gonna dust things up, and then do one final step that I'll show you when we get there. But yeah, these things are just looking outstanding. I love how these things turned out. Hoping that Alejandro, I think he is going to be pleased with them, I hope. Anyway, so next we're gonna dust them up. We're gonna use this Monument Hobbies Pro Acrylic Bone. Satin, just going to be using a little bit of it and using a very soft brush that I've obviously used several times to dust builds up, and then just dust it all up and make sure you get the tires and everything else, and then yeah, and then we'll go from there. So after we get it all dusted up, the final step that I'm going to do is going to use some of the panel liner. Just do some drops there, bring out the nooks and crannies and stuff, make it look even better. So yeah, let's get it all dusted up and panel linered up, and then these things will be good to go. Looking great! Alright, and there we have it. 2 Dodge Coronet Super Bees, made up like a build that I did before, but each with their own little kind of unique styling and everything. Really hoping Alejandro is going to like these. I think they turned out outstanding. I love how all the chipping and everything comes out. The panel iron, like I said, it really brings things out, and it makes just makes the build even that much cooler. So yeah, really loving it. Loving the whole process of these, the rams, the undercarriage, the lift kits I get from We Play Games, outstanding. Absolutely love them. I just ordered a bunch more just because I use them so much and I just love them so much. I like how the shading and stuff turned out. That turned out really cool. Decals, of course, coming from Rust Belt Customs. Absolutely awesome. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, do me a favor and hit that like button. My goal is to do weekly videos, whether they're vehicle builds, terrain builds, battle reports, whatever. So if that's for you, hit the sub button below and ring the bell to get notified when new content drops. I do sell all my builds pretty inexpensively on my Etsy page, so if you want to pick something up, see what else I've done, you can even request a custom build. If you'd really like to show some love, head on over to my Patreon page and get signed up. Every bit helps keep the paint flowing, the printer printing, and the camera rolling. Until next time, keep your foot on the gas and your finger on the trigger. Gaslands and NorCal, signing out.